Hi, third graders. This is Mrs. Schrader Shook again, and I am coming to you to explain this week's Logic Links. It's Logic Links number 2, coming out September 28th. You have until Monday, October 5th to finish it. Now, there are 7 slides this week. Last week you had 6. I'm just going to show you the slight difference in it. Again, 3 of the slides need to be correct, or I will send it back for you to complete. So, when we go in, you'll see it looks very much the same as before, where you switch to grab and you start moving the objects around. So I'm just going to talk you through again what it means. So we have 2 white rectangles, 2 black hexagons, and 2 red stars. Clue 1, the same shapes do not touch. So what that means is if I have a black hexagon right here, I cannot have a black hexagon below or to the side. However, remember, touching only is side and up and down. So that means I could put a hexagon diagonally, because that does not count as touching, okay? So if I have my black hexagons not touching, my other shapes also cannot touch. I know it gets a little bit tricky when you put that rectangle in there, but you can also resize the shapes. So if you need to make it a little bit bigger, just so that you can make sure you see it, because if you make it really small and you put it in there, then you won't even know you did that. So if that helps you, go ahead and do that. That's no problem. Then we also have the center shape in the top row is black. Okay, right now I can see the center shape. I have that black bits in the bottom row, so I would just shift it around, and because of that, you see, ooh, now they're touching. I'd have to shift it into one of these corners. A white rectangle is never in the center of a row. Okay, so that means the center of the rows go across, so I cannot have a white rectangle in the top or the bottom. And then I have a white rectangle is directly to the right of a red star. So that means this rectangle is now to the right of a black hexagon. So over to the right is where it needs to be to the right of a star. So if a star goes right here, okay, that would be to the right. All right, so I just wanted to go over some of that terminology again for you. We have 6, and then the next slide has 6 again. 6, 6 objects, 6 objects, and then, ooh, look at that one, wild. We have 12 objects to sort, but you have 6 clues to work through, okay? So all of these will need to be filled up. So this one is your challenge for the week to see if you can get the one with 12 shapes. That is so crazy. And then I just have one more slide. This week is a feedback slide, and you're going to get these feedback slides frequently, so I just wanted to go over what they mean. You can see we have red squares or rectangles, and then we have orange. They each go together. So how did you do? I want you to tell me, was it really hard? Do you think it was the right difficulty? Now, the right difficulty means it's difficult and it made you think, but you didn't feel like it was just so hard. So really hard is like too hard, but remember, I do want to send you activities that are difficult and making you think. So this is about where we want it to be. But if you were able to complete all of these slides no problem, then you would put that the activity was pretty easy. Now, in addition to knowing how hard it was, I would like to know, how much help did you need to do it? Did you need a lot of help to do it? Did you need some help? Or were you able to do it by yourself? So a couple different scenarios. Maybe this activity was difficult and it made you think, but you were able to do it all by yourself. Or maybe the activity was kind of difficult, but you needed help for just a couple slides or verifying it with your parents or a sibling. That's fine too, okay? So depending on how easy it was. Now, if you said it was really easy, then chances are you did it all by yourself. If it was really hard, maybe there might be a time where it was really hard, but you still did it by yourself. So you could be any range on the bottom and any range on the top. So it's not like if you think it's really hard, that means you can't do it by yourself. You can have it be really hard and you did it by yourself, or for some people it's really hard and they needed a lot of help. It's all up to whatever happened with you. Now, I want you to be honest with it. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. So if you thought some of it was difficult and you needed some feedback from someone, just be honest and mark it, because what we want to do is, since I'm going to be sending you these slides a lot, is maybe the first couple times you're doing logic links, you need a lot of help. But remember, I'm going to be sending you logic links for a few weeks so that you get used to it. So maybe by the end, you might start shifting over to maybe needing some help. And then maybe that last week, maybe you do it all by yourself. So this is a way for you to measure your growth and for me to see how you're doing with these activities. All right? So with that, have fun with this week's logic links, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.